Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanne. I am the Learner Lawyer. We're here to do all sorts of content, all sorts of stuff. But we've been following the case of Melissa Caddick and the missing million. Now, on Sunday night, and I have to admit, I forgot to watch it, Anthony Koletti was on a Channel 7 program in Australia where he was interviewed about her disappearance. And some interesting claims have come out, and Ben Fordham, a radio host on 2GB in Sydney, has claimed that Anthony Koletti is living in a fantasy land. How did he get to that point? Well, let's just have a look here. So this is from the 2GB website. So, and I want to get your opinion. Do you think he's living in a fantasy land? So, the husband of fraudster Melissa Caddick has suggested he suffered more than the investors allegedly scammed out of millions. Really? The Dover Heights woman was presumed dead after her foot and shoe were found on the beach at Tathra. The 49-year-old went missing amid investigation into her alleged misappropriation of funds. Anthony Koletti wants a few $1 million as he's threatened to sue ASIC for defamation. He claims Caddick never gave me a cent. Give us a break. This guy is living in fantasy land. So this is Ben Fordham. So let's have a listen to the actual full clip here.
Thank you for joining us. You're with Ben Fordham on 2GB, our number 131873. Now, did anyone see Anthony Koletti on TV last night? The husband of fraudster Melissa Caddick. He's all fired up, Anthony Koletti. He's threatening to sue ASIC for defamation, and he wants millions of dollars from them.
Look, I'd be happy with a few $1 million so that I could get on with my life and support Melissa's son. Yeah, a few $1 million would do that.
Oh, he just wants a few $1 million. Good luck with that. He denies ever taking money from Melissa.
This is what they assume. This is what everybody assumes. Melissa never gave me a cent.
Does anyone believe that? He was living rent-free in the mansion at Dover Heights. He was driving around in the Audi, flying first class around the world. And what about this? He thinks he's the biggest loser out of the scandal. More than the poor investors who trusted Melissa with their money.
Well, I'm someone that's lost my past, present and future. That's me. They have potentially lost a bit of their future. I get that. I've lost all of the above.
He didn't just say that, did he? They've just lost their future. I've lost... What a heartless... Oh.
Out of the scandal. More than the poor investors who trusted Melissa with their money.
Well, I'm someone that's lost my past, present and future. That's me. They have potentially lost a bit of their future. I get that. I've lost all of the above.
Oh, give us a break. This guy is living in fantasy land, and I'm confident anyone watching him on Channel 7 last night would be thinking this bloke is deranged.
Making a sea change, tree change, or moving to a newer home.
So they're putting that in there, sorry.
Coordinate appraisals with local agents, conveyancers, removalists and more.
That
Book your
it?
property appraisal now to receive a $150
Maybe that's it.
offer.
Yeah, that was it. So that was Ben Fordham. So then we've got, is she not there? Anthony Koletti's question to court after Melissa disappeared. This is written by Kate McClyman. Now, she is behind the Liar Liar podcast, which you can get on Spotify. Okay, so Melissa Caddick stood shell-shocked in the downstairs office of her Dover Heights home as investigators from corporate watchdog regulator ASIC and the federal police executed a search warrant relating to the massive Ponzi scheme she'd been running. She'd watched as they seized her Apple Mac computer, on which she stuck a post-it note which read, "It's going to be a good day." The podcast Liar Liar, Melissa Caddick and the Missing Millions reveals on Monday. The computer was just one of the many items which filled 89 bags and boxes taken away by authorities on November 11, 2020. According to the seizure list, there was a jaw-dropping amount of jewelry, including Cartier necklaces, Centauri bracelets, sapphire earrings, diamond rings, and a number of designer watches by Breitling, Christian Dior, Cartier, Louis Vuitton, Tag, Heuer, and Longans. I'm sorry if I can't pronounce them. I don't know all these expensive designer stuff. There were also designer handbags, wallets, shoes, and armfuls of designer clothes, including half a dozen Colette Dinigan dresses. Caddick had big noted to others that she was on the verge of landing the famous fashion designer Dinigan as an investor, but when the list of victims came to light, Dinigan was not there. About 60 people thought Caddick was investing in shares on their behalf. Each month she'd send clients a forged ComSec portfolio report indicating that their shares had made excellent returns. However, $23 million of their funds had been used to maintain her extraordinary lifestyle. After 12 hours, the Australian Federal Police and ASIC investigators left the Relinga Road house at 6:30. They were the last people, apart from her husband Anthony Koletti and her teenage son, to ever see the fraudster again. On the morning of the raid, Koletti had sent Caddick a text at 7:16 a.m. "Okay, have you got your key?" There was no answer, and he discovered that she'd left her phone, keys, and wallet behind. When she hadn't come home that night, Koletti, a hairdresser and aspiring musician, drove around the quiet neighbourhood streets with the windows of his sports car down as he played full blast the music he had made for his wife. He hoped this would lure her out of hiding. Caddick had been ordered to attend court at 9:45 on Friday, November 13, 2020. Due to the pandemic, the court proceedings were via an audio-visual link. As revealed in the podcast, there was an extraordinary turn of events that evening. Instead of Caddick joining proceedings, it was her husband who dialed in. It's clear from the court transcript he was hoping to find his wife online. "Melissa Caddick is my wife. Is she not there?" he asked Justice Jane Jaggett. So let's have a listen to this. After the ad.
Hi, it's Melissa Caddick. How are you?
Liar Liar is the definitive investigation into the Melissa Caddick mystery.
How much has your family lost?
3 to 5 million. You name it, Christian Dior, Chanel, amazing.
It's been 7 days since Melissa Caddick left her Dover Heights home.
You just come home, everything's taken care of, you're not in trouble.
Melissa had been raided by fraud investigators in the hours before she vanished from their house.
I'm Kate McClymont.
And I'm Tom Steinford. We'll follow the twists and turns of a case where everyone has a theory of their own of what happened to the money.
And what happened to Melissa Caddick.
DNA from the foot was last night matched to Melissa Caddick.
So if you're interested in following that story, that is a really good podcast to follow. All right. So he dialed into the court. "Melissa Caddick is my wife. Is she not there?" He made no mention that his wife was missing during the court proceedings. Do you find that odd? Tell me, is that odd? But 10 minutes after the court finished, Koletti rang one of the AFP officers who attended their house. She urged him to report his wife's disappearance. Half an hour later, he rang Isabel Eller from ASIC, asking her advice. She too told Koletti he must immediately lodge a missing persons report with the local police. There was nothing to suggest Koletti was involved in his wife's fraud or a disappearance. Those who witnessed their relationship explained that Caddick was so controlling it was likely Koletti was anxious about doing the wrong thing, so instead he did nothing. After a 2-hour delay, Koletti finally told Bondi police around noon that his wife was missing, but now his wife had been missing for more than 30 hours or maybe more. However, his lawyer recently made the startling claim that the last time Koletti had seen his wife was the day of the raid. Koletti last saw the defendant Caddick on the 11th of November 2020, said a statement filed in the federal court. In other interviews, Koletti said he'd seen his wife at 4 a.m. on November 12th. In October 2021, he told Seven Spotlight program there'd been no discussion about the dramatic events that day. She was absolutely shell-shocked. She went straight to sleep. I went to sleep at 4 a.m. I held her. I just felt I had to console her. We just cuddled and spooned as usual. Her son later told police he heard the front door close at 5:30 a.m. on November 12th. During all the hours his wife was missing, Koletti didn't ring any of Caddick's friends or families or employees to check if she was with them. When Caddick's brother Adam found out that Friday that his sister had been missing for more than 30 hours, he told a friend that Koletti, the F-wit, had not bothered to tell anyone that she'd gone missing. It took another week for her extended family to learn that she was missing. On November 19, her mother, Barbara Gramley, texted relatives to say Melissa was missing and they believed she'd been abducted. We're all exhausted. We want our dear, kind-hearted daughter back, she said. Koletti's partial remains washed up in a running shoe on a remote South beach on February 2021. When Channel 7 recently asked if he thought his wife was alive, Koletti said, anything's possible. So what are your thoughts? Is it suspicious that he didn't report his wife missing for 30 hours? Do you think Koletti's got something to do with it? It's all alleged, all, speculation. What do you think? I'd be really interested to know what you think. Make sure you hit like, make sure you hit subscribe, then you can keep up to date with what's going on. And I'll keep you updated on this and lots of more matters, and I'll catch you next time. Bye for now.